What's up, everybody? Let's talk Jets radio. Quick video here. Clearly a slow news day as I'm just catching up on some news from yesterday. The supposed beef between Joe Klecko and Darrell Revis. Can't believe this is even a story. But if I'm reading everything right, apparently Klecko was on the Jake Asman show the other day and basically complimented Darrell Revis. Touched on a conversation that the two of them had where, Revis said that Klecko and him were the two greatest defensive players in Jets history. But also in that quote, I guess Klecko touched on the fact that Revis is a man of very few words, which is something that we all know as Jet fans. He typically doesn't enjoy talking to the media. He doesn't really say a whole lot. That's just his personality. It's not a knock on him. That's just who he is. So I guess Revis, in seeing the entire quote posted on Twitter, decided to respond by saying, "I don't speak to people I don't know very well, and we did not speak based on you saying you were jealous of my success at the Super Bowl. My mindset is clearly I'm at the top of that list as the best ever, but as a gentleman, I decided to say something cool for a headline." And to me, it's strange that Revis would even, decide to go down this path. Both players had incredible careers. They've accomplished so much at their positions, and as New York Jets, it's like, why even go down this route and make it about anything other than the great careers that both of them have had, and ultimately their induction into the Hall of Fame. Um, but I also think it's a different conversation when you talk about talent versus greatest New York Jet, because talent wise, you could look at pretty much any position on the Jets, offensive or defensive, and say that nobody touches how great Darrell Revis was at his position. He revolutionized the game with what he was doing at corner, with all the rule changes that were going on. Being able to put him on an island against number one wide receivers was just unheard of. And the way that he just completely shut down one side of the field, as far as just pure talent, greatest to ever do it, especially during the prime of his career. I don't think I've seen anybody better. But the conversation about greatest New York Jet, I think, is completely different because with all the great that comes with Darrell Revis, you also had the contract holdouts. You had the 1 year that he missed from injury, then he gets traded. He comes back, and he definitely wasn't the same player. Week 17, he gets roasted against Sammy Watkins and the Bills. The year after that, it just seemed like there was a reluctancy to tackle, and he was a little bit slower. We saw that same issue in the final year that he had with the Chiefs. But with Klecko, it was just completely different. He was a guy that embraced the jersey, an underdog his entire career, made his career off just pure determination, grit, hustle. Pro Bowl at three different positions. To me, he represents the New York Jets, the jersey, and really their fan base and the fan base's mindset so much more than Darrell Revis ever did. For me, looking at it from the outside, Revis was always about Revis Island, whereas Joe Klecko was about the team. It was about being a leader. It was about winning. And, again, just the way that he made his career, you can't touch it as far as where he ranks in New York Jets history. Talent-wise, again, Revis is in a class of his own. But again, he did win his Super Bowl with the Patriots, which absolutely tarnishes that to an extent. And again, the fact that he did make so much of all the contract stuff and everything else, it's hard to, fully embrace him as, being one of the best, if not the best New York Jet, when there are a lot of other guys that took so much more pride in the uniform and being a part of this team, this city, and this fan base. So to me, Klecko's in a class of his own, but at the same time, it's like, why is this even a conversation? Like I said, both guys have had amazing careers. They should both be celebrated. This should be a non-story, so hopefully it gets buried pretty quick.